All right, all right. What's up, guys? Welcome to a Predecessor tip video. I hope you guys woke up this morning and attacked the day. Today, we're going to be discussing wards, how important wards are, and some of the best locations to put wards. All right. But to start off, I'm going to tell you the different types of wards because when I first started playing Predecessor, when I first started playing, I couldn't understand what this ward right here was, how I could get it, etc. I thought you could buy it, right? But this is mostly for the newcomers who would think the same thing. So I'm going to discuss all that. If you have any additional questions that I don't discuss throughout this whole video, let me know down in the comment section below. And let me know anything else y'all possibly have questions on that I could possibly make a video on. So let's get started, right? So this ward right here, the stealth ward, is the basic ward that everyone can get in the item shop, all right? It has a 171-second cooldown. It has 2 charges, and it's a ward that when you place it, it turns invisible, okay? Now, for the first second or so, when you drop it, there's an eye icon that hovers over the ward, which will mean it's revealed in that moment, okay? So that means someone else can see it. That means your enemy can see it in that moment. Now, let me go back so I can show you something. This ward right here, right, is for support players. If you grab a support crest like this one, this one, right? Dang, I didn't know that had 3. Well, whatever. As if you can get a support crest, right, and you evolve this support crest to one of, a support item, you will get this ward here. Now, this ward is 120-second cooldown with 3 charges. It recharges at base, right? So if you place all 3 down, you go back to base, you will fill up your ward count again, right? You will recharge. Now, this ward also goes completely invisible. But with this ward, you can see other wards. So if I place this in the same area one of these wards are at, this ward will show an eye icon hovering above it and it will stay there. That means your enemy can see this ward and they can destroy it, okay? Now, in order to see this ward, you would have to have another one of these. So this ward, the Soulstone ward, can see other Soulstone wards. So support can see other support wards, and you can destroy each other's wards, right? You'll be able to see those. Now, these are the 2 wards for basic any character in the game, right? If you're playing the support role, you can get this. If you're any other character, you can get this ward. Now, if you're Wraith, you have this ward, the Sonar Drone. This ward allows you, for Wraith, to throw it, right? So you can throw it, and then once you throw it, for the first few seconds, it reveals other wards. So you can see other wards in the first few seconds of you dropping this out. Now the cooldown is way lower on this ward than the other 2, right? So you can use it more often, but it lasts for a shorter amount of time, right? So this one, you throw it, you can see these 2 wards in the location for a couple seconds, right? And then they'll disappear and you can't destroy these anymore. But if someone is in the area of this ward, they'll be able to see this ward. This ward doesn't go invisible like the stealth ward, right? Or the Soulstone ward. They'll be able to be in that area, see this ward, and destroy it. But another thing with this ward is it pulses. So you'll only be able to really see people in the area of this ward every pulse, right? Which is, how long does the pulse take? Pulse is real for 3 seconds, blah, blah, right? So it'll pulse, but it'll also show for a longer period of time than if I just ran out of this, right? So it'll pulse and then it'll track, right? If I just run past it, right? Blah, 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 they'll track, right? Now, to get the Soulstone drone, you guessed it, if you're a support Wraith, you would get this drone. which is basically the same thing, same function as this. You know, it's all the same, but it's just the Wraith support role of this drone. Now I'm going to get into the gameplay, and I'm going to show you some locations to place drones, some of the best ones, depending on basically what side of the map you're on, what role you're playing, and during different time frames of the game. All right, see y'all in there. All right, guys, so I'm in AI, obviously, versus CPU. I'm using Zera so I can try to run around the map a little bit. We're going to be ignoring, you know, all the foes or whatever. I'm going to be showing you all the great locations to put down wards. So if I die, you know, we're going to ignore that. We're going to chop it up or whatever. So starting on, this is the Dawn side, right? Starting on this side, let's say if you were playing Feng Mao and you were in solo lane, I usually start by going this way. This side you really can ignore right now in the beginning phases of the game. But if you're on Dawn side, I will place a ward right here, right? And when I would wait and push up just a little bit, probably wait like 2 minutes in or whatever, and put one right here. If you put one right here, you'll see the jungler, if he's attacking his 3-comp here, and potentially coming to gank you, right? By the time you place that there and you need to, you can place another one right here. So you'll have pretty much 2 up, one over there, one over here, right? And this will be in the beginnings of the game. Oh, I thought Bugs was coming for me. Now, if you're a jungler, you're probably going to get your sweeper. So you're probably not even going to be putting down wards. But let's say you do run wards like a guy named Pinzo. He runs wards usually. So let's say you do. I would put one over here before you start your red. Put one here by your blue or even your 3-camp if you want to right here, right? Place one here or by your blue. Now, if you're in duo, usually what I like to do if I'm the support, right, before the laning phase start, I would run over here and place one right here. You can either place one here or you can place one in their 5-camp right here if you can sneak that in. If you can sneak that in, put that there, you'll see the jungler like I can see right now. You'll be able to see him if he's doing his 5-camp and what kind of direction he heads towards. Then your carry can probably put one like right here, right? And then you put one right here, you can literally see when he comes down here, and you can watch that. Then once you get another one, you can place one right here and make sure you kind of cover this angle here, right? Try to get some of this, but cover it right here so you can see when the jungler is trying to gank you over there. Now, if I was mid lane on this side in the beginning phase, usually what I do as mid lane, take this. Usually what I do as mid lane, right? I would, before the laning phase start, right, when they say minions are coming, blah, blah, I would run over here and place one right here. So then while you're dealing with your mid laner or whatnot, you will literally be able to see the jungler when he comes to his 2-camp here, and you'll be able to see his health, right? You'll be able to see when he's done doing it and he comes this way. You'll be able to see if he heads kind of in like a this direction or if he's going this way. You can see if he goes this way, he's probably going to river buff, and you know, may either go to this river buff on this side to avoid him over there, right? You could probably jump the mid laner over here with your jungler if he joins you, okay? After the beginning phase or whatnot, as the mid laner, I'm talking as a mid laner, you need to kind of pay attention to the rotation of the jungler. If he was over there with in the beginning, right, to get the river, and he possibly runs around to his blue side over here, that means your next ward should probably be in this vicinity right here. So you can see if he tries to gank you again, right? or when he comes around and he's done with his blue side. Then if you're solo, you kind of start putting your wards like right here, depending on if you're getting pressured. If you're losing your lane and you're getting pressured back, like right now Feng Mao's winning, right? So if I'm Feng Mao and I'm whooping him like this, I constantly put my wards here, because this is most likely where the jungler is going to be coming in to gank you at. So I'll most likely put it here. Now, if you're kind of losing or it's kind of stagnant, start putting your wards right here, right? Start placing them here. Now, if you're mid laner, like I said, you kind of got to rotate on what your sides are, because your wards don't kind of, they kind of are going to start to stagger. So you can put one kind of here, and then right there where I'm pinging right now, right over there, you can place it. Then duo lane, let's see. Where? Can't pull up the map on this game. I forgot about that. So then if you're on duo lane or even in solo lane, you're getting ganked from this angle, you can place one here. This is a great spot to watch if the jungler is trying to get you. And then you have one here. And then this right here is always a good spot, because it's almost like a three-way pathway type of spot. Obviously, your support needs to be watching, kind of putting a ward there, and then a ward here. Now, let's say you were coming from the dusk side, right? Let's say you started from this side going that way. We're going to ignore all enemies, all right? So if I'm coming from this side going this way, if I'm in duo, my first ward would be here, or most likely, since the jungler is going to be starting on red side, then he's going to rotate here. So he'll be on red side first. So therefore, you should probably try to place a ward here. That's kind of should be your first ward, but there's two of y'all. So your support should probably try to put one there, and you should try to put one here in case mid lane tries to rotate at any point in time. After that, from this dusk side, after that, if you're getting ganked from the back like this, like right here, this is always a good spot, because this is once again a three-way spot. She either has to come through here or she's going to come through these steps, right? So this right here is a great spot to get two angles basically of two paths that she can take, right? After that, that didn't die. Then if I'm on the dust side coming this way, another good one is right here, right? Which is typical for mid lane, I guess you could say. Ignore me, Faye. Don't worry about me. Don't worry about me. If you're getting ganked from the back, right here is a good spot, right here. And then for starting phase, right before when they're like minions incoming in the beginning, I usually try to go from the dust side, put a ward here. You put a ward here, you can see the jungler when he comes to his 2 camp. Same way as the mid laner coming in the beginning on the opposite end. You put one here or right here. You know if he's running this way to get to your river, you will see it. You will know, right? And then after that, you can kind of put one like, kind of right over here, right? Or if you're afraid of the jungle, just put it right there so you can see him coming down these steps. But if you're trying to look at this river buff here, you got to move it closer to like right over here around this area, right? Then if I'm the jungler or the solo, let's say I'm the solo in dusk in the beginning of the game, I usually kind of chill here when it's like, oh yeah, minions incoming. I usually run and place my ward right here. So if you place your ward right here, because on the dust side, you're at a disadvantage in the beginning of the game because the jungler is on red side majority of the time. When he's on red side, you're easy for a gank, so you shouldn't be like how Feng Mao is pressuring him right now. You should not be doing that in the beginning of the game when you're like level 1 and level 2, because then you can easily be ganked by this path right here, and you don't want that. So you kind of want to keep your minions in the middle area, even if you're poking him, right? Even if you're over here poking him, you want to keep your minions in this area. So therefore, when you place your ward right here in the beginning of the match, you can see if the jungler is coming down this path to try to get you. But this is in the beginning. Once you get your second ward, right, you need to place that ward back here. Right? You need to place that ward right over here. Now, if you're worried about it, like I said, it depends. When you come and you place your ward right here, you will be able to either see or hear the jungler right there, right? Just in case they ran all the way around to get the blue side of your team's jungle, right? So then again, here, then 3 camp for your gank points. Then, and while you're putting your ward here, you can check blue buff to see if that jungler went to their 2 camp and ran all the way around to take your enemy's blue camp. That's a lot of the important points of the map that you can put a ward out. If you start, putting that pressure, let's say you guys got tower 1 already and you start kind of pushing up forward, new points tend to be like right here, right? You can put it here to see if they come down this lane, if they come through here, right, from that direction. If they're even got that 3 camp and they're running back that way, this is a good point right here. Then another good point, obviously, if you're getting tier 2 at the moment, you need to put a ward right here. If you have a ward after getting tier 2 or you're attacking tier 2, you need to put a ward right here. Just in case for mid lane or jungler is trying to gank you, right? Ooh, I'm getting behind. I can't deal with that counters, right? And then same goes for mid lane. If you're all the way up here and you're attacking tier 2, this is a good point. And that point right over there that I showed you earlier, that's a good point. Then on this side, and this goes the same for dust side or dawn side. Once you elevate to tier 2, like them, they already got tier 1 already. So this is a good point right here, right? If you guys are headed towards like a tier 3 territory or tier 2 territory, this is a good point right here. And once again, placing one on their 5 camp. So you can see jungler when he's taking his 5 camp and possibly coming through this way right here, right? To get a gank off. So that's all the real important parts of the game. All the, you can always kind of make your own way based on how the flow of the game's going and maybe common pass your enemy is taking. This is a very important point right here. A lot of people kind of come through this phase right here. So you can put a ward there. If you're attacking Fangtooth, that's a good spot. Fangtooth, that's a good spot right there. Once again, this spot here. Like, there's just the importance of wards is high. Like, you need to be using your wards. I've been in a lot of games where I've seen people not using their wards. I went into a game where someone placed 0 wards and it was a carry, right? And he's wondering why he's getting ganked. He's wondering why he's getting farmed. They blame the jungler all the time, but they don't never put down none of their wards. Wards are important. You need one. Every time you get one, you should probably be putting one down, to be honest, right? Place your wards, stay ahead of the game, pay attention to your mini map, have that map awareness, and your life will be a whole lot easier. This is another important point right here, right? Once you guys start pressuring this tier 2 to tier 3 lane, because everybody comes kind of through here, right? So those are all the important parts. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Let the comment section fly with questions, if anything you need to know. Just let me know. I can make a video on it. I can figure it out if I don't know the answer. I can even source you to something else if I don't know the answer, right? So if you're new, you need more information, you're trying to figure out how things are working, leave the questions down in the comment section below. Until next time, I'll see you in the next tip video, and look out for my gameplay. Peace.